death do us part.
You choose. Kill that man?
You choose going out of here one way or another.
Women will go to you and
Why y'all
say,
screaming at me? Why you screaming at me? You ain't gotta scream at me,
I'm sorry.
I will cut these
No,
cameras.
we gonna get
Spice it up a little bit. Do something different. Don't bring your fat behind in here and sit on the couch and drink a beer and scratch your nuts. We don't want that.
What up? Welcome back to another episode of the She Say, He Say podcast. Yeah, hey, listen. We ain't even had time to change. I had to change my clothes because I spilled some wine on my sweatshirt. But they ain't changed because we had to take advantage of the situation because the topic came up. So we're going to bring it to y'all real, live, and raw right now, the topic. So next episode happening right now. I'm here with my sister Brandy.
Hi, guys.
And Chavelle still here with us.
Hey.
She a newbie, but hey, we on it. So today what we talking about is, so what happened was I was in an Uber. I was going to the airport and my man was like, yo, he was all in this philosophical stuff, right? And he was like, did you know 60% of women ask for divorce because they bored, right? So I just wrote it down, jotted it down, so bring it to the table, right? So that's what we talking about today. So if I'm going to make it clear. I do not know if that's the actual percentage or not, but I feel like it could be.
You probably should have Googled it before.
Y'all already know, bro. I don't be, you know what I'm saying? I'm just bringing out what I heard and what it is. Y'all can Google it and tell me in the comments whether it's real or not. But hey, listen, 60% of y'all women out here asking for divorce because y'all bored.
I disagree.
Why
I
you?
disagree.
Wait, first of all,
ain't nobody give it to y'all yet.
But why you say it like you was mad? 60% of y'all, like you said that real hard.
Because that's over 50.
No, I disagree. Women.
Wait, you disagree with the percentage or you disagree?
I disagree with the whole statement.
What? What do you disagree with? Because
most women, first of all, are not. We stick stuff out. We take a lot more than what a man takes. So
it's
to say that we,
baby.
I don't care.
Facts.
Y'all get bored and y'all step out all the time. Women are right there, always picking up the pieces or whatever. Not this one no more, but I'm just saying.
So y'all think y'all gonna attack me? I'm gonna hold it down.
I'm not
say what you gotta say,
I'm
bro.
just saying, but
I
disagree that it's because of boredom. I think it's because.
So you don't think people get bored?
No, I do think that people get bored, but
Bored from what? Like how when you speak about, okay, I got bored and I've only been bored for a month. Sometimes it be women that be bored in their relationship for years
and have been begging you to ask you to spice it up a little bit, do something different. Don't bring your fat behind in here and sit on the couch and drink a beer and scratch your nuts. We don't want that.
Oh, time out. Because what I see most of the times is women be out here looking all like this and like that, and they be like, oh, I got to do it. And then they get all, I ain't talking about nobody that's out of shape or nothing like that. But hey, listen, if I met you and you was in shape, let's be in shape. Don't get comfortable.
But that's for the male to go to his wife and say, hey, look, like, or to do things or encourage activities that's going to change that narrative.
All right, so why y'all can't do the same thing?
But we just said we do.
What do y'all do?
Women will go to you and
why y'all
say,
screaming at me? Why you screaming at me?
Because now,
I'm sorry.
I will cut these
no,
cameras.
we both did get loud. We did get loud.
Y'all got real
But
loud
no,
together.
If I've been repeating myself about my needs, so it's not even boredom. It's about being unhappy. It's about being unfulfilled. It's about not being satisfied by your partner. So it's not, I'm
Speak
bored.
easy now. Continue your statement, but just notice that I said speak easy.
What does
I'm
that
going
mean?
to touch on that. Go ahead.
But yeah, so it comes to where you keep saying like, oh, let's do date night. But now this nigga never planning a date.
Right.
So you're always the one. If I got to initiate everything after so long, it's like, bro, like I don't even want it no more. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you got to put in the work. Like I feel like, and me who has been married before, it was like, and it was funny because it was reversed. He felt like I was boring because I was working. I was mom. They were not his kids. I was working. I was mom. I was doing all of this stuff. So I was always tired. Eventually we found out I was anemic too. So that played a big part. But I was just always tired. But when we went out, we had a good time. But at the end of the day, it's like if I keep asking you, if I'm telling you the playbook of my love and you ignore it, that's your fault.
Facts.
But I disagree with the fact of being bored. I think we're tired of saying, this is what I need from you. Back in the day, they used to, you know what I'm saying? They would be married for years. Years. Lifetime.
Right. And I think that's good.
As the man would step out on them, as the man got bored, as the man did their thing.
But when people get bored, then I feel like so I'm not coming to y'all as, oh, I'm the man on the opposite side of that. I'm saying just in general, people get bored. That's why I'm not 100% sure about this percentage.
But that's the thing too. I think we also live in a time now where everything is so like instant, hands on. You bored, but then you opening up your social media and you seeing everybody else do this. So now
I don't think so.
Yeah. So then that makes it to where now they like, especially women now, they tired of it. Like,
and women, they doing their thing out here. They like, nah, men come out here and they step out and they do whatever they want. I'm single. I can sleep with as many guys as I want to. Like, that's acceptable. The only reason I don't agree 100% with that is because a dude, it's not necessarily, oh, I see something on Instagram. It could be because I feel like a lot of times people get judged. A dude could be like, oh, I'm not 100% satisfied. I feel like I might want to do this. I might want to spice it up like this. But because depending on who you with, you don't want to say nothing because you feel like you might get judged. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the same thing. We get judged all the time.
When did I get judged?
We get judged all the time. We get judged for nagging. If
don't be nagging.
No, but if I'm consistently telling you that I'm not happy or that I want this or I need more of this from you.
Is it reasonable?
And duh.
No, don't do duh.
I mean, yeah, okay, so for me, back in the day, yes, I wanted to go out all the time. I wanted to do whatever. I'm cool with the Netflix and chill, right? But you got to be here with me to Netflix and chill. Now, I'm different. I was raised around a bunch of men. So, no, you don't have to be up under me 24/7. No, if I'm watching a movie, I ain't got to be cuddled up under you. But there are times that I do want to be cuddled up under you.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? So, if you push me away, that makes me feel a certain type of way.
What type of dudes y'all dealing with then? Like, I'm not understanding this.
No, I'm just saying, like, if it's times where, you know, dude be like, man, it's hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Move over, it's hot. Or whatever. I'm going to feel some type of way because at that moment, I wanted to be up under you. Yeah. I needed you at that moment. For me, being married before, it was like, I'm telling you, I'm giving you the playbook of what's going to make me happy, and you choose the opposite. So at the point that you chose opposite, and you're never ever trying to put the effort to change, I'm out.
Yep.
So
now I didn't initiate the divorce. But I'm out. Once he said it and I knew, you know what I'm saying? He was bluffing, but I called his bluff. I'm done.
Because you get to a point where you have to realize, like, either I'm going to deal with this and continue to be bored, unhappy, all of that. Or I got to roll. Like, because you're not going to change. So if you're not willing to change.
And when a woman is rolling, she is fed up. Yeah. She has tried every possibility. I ain't saying all
I was
women.
about to say too, I think also a big part of the conversation should be about like love languages and how.
That's what I think y'all don't pay attention to. Y'all pay attention to y'all love language.
Let me finish.
You got to give me the favor, honey.
Let me finish. Because everybody doesn't love or perceive love the same way. So you might, I'm the type of person where I love quality time. So that's something that's important to me. So even if you might not necessarily say we doing a Netflix and chill, and it might not be a movie that you really wanted to see, but if I've been begging you to spend that time with me and we finally watching it, but it's because it's not what you wanted and you like, or you on your phone, that's not really giving me what I'm asking for. You're only doing it because I said something. And your attitude and how you're displaying yourself,
right?
It makes it's like there was no point in you doing it anyway.
So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna just be like, yeah, what are y'all need better filters? Y'all dealing with what 50 Cent call them? Wanksters.
Well, no, it's not.
Y'all dealing with
I
wanksters?
don't even think it's about the filters because you got to think about it.
No, I feel like the dude, he showed you that before you got to that point.
But listen, if you're in a relationship for, let's say, 10, 15, or go back to how the old folks used to be married for all of them years, every year or every single day or every month is not going to be perfect. It's going to be some days that I got to give the 80%, you might can only bring the 20, and vice versa.
Go back to the bank. You got to deposit into the bank.
Right.
So it's that thing of there are going to be moments where we're both kind of bumping heads. It doesn't mean that was what the entire relationship was about, but as somewhere something changed. Guys also do a whole lot in the beginning to get you, and then once they feel like they got you,
I don't do all that.
But I understand. I see your point though, because with our dad, you know what I'm saying, and our parents, my father is still, you know, he still tries to make her happy, even though, you know, it's times that she's tired, it's times that she don't want to do anything or whatever. He makes sure that she's celebrated. He makes sure now. You know, it's times where he's just like, look, it's times where my mom is big on Hallmark, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets sucked into Hallmark. I can go over there and I can watch
Holiday
it,
movies.
and I got to go before the next one come on, because then I'm going to get sucked into that.
They don't give you no commercial.
Right.
They give you the next one right
yes.
now.
So you done got pulled into.
Yeah, all of us have. So
Yeah.
with my dad, you know, it's sometimes I'll be like, Dad, ESPN that on? He like, nah, I'm watching Hallmark with your mother.
Aww.
I know my dad doesn't like Hallmark, but it's something, and they're not
knows
cuddled.
that's what
but
she
it's
likes.
not like they're cuddled up or whatever. He'll just come up there in the room to spend time with her, and just so happens she's watching Hallmark, and he'll, you know, chill for a minute. He might get sucked into one of those movies, but then, you know,
he be getting sucked in because sometimes he'll like go back the next day, be like, yo, what you doing? I got to finish the movie we started last night.
Yeah, like it's real crazy because that's how they are. I mean, I'm like that. It's like, dang, I come over for like what, an hour, 2 hours, and I'm like sitting there, and you get sucked in, and it's like, I gotta go, because if the next one come on, I'm sucked into that one. But I feel like, to Andrew's point is, yeah, it's like I need a man to show me, not 6 months, not a year. We're going to have to keep doing this thing. You have to continue to show me that you care more about my happiness, because I care more about your happiness. And I need that man to know that.
If we both only caring about yours, I'm the one that's getting neglected.
Right, exactly.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Because she said he should care about her happiness,
right,
and vice versa.
Exactly.
But if it's just
one-sided,
the other person is neglected. You're not being fulfilled.
Right. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like the filter. I need to see this consistently
over time.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just 6 months. It's not 8 months. It's not a year. I need a consistent basis. Like even if we beefing, like I'm telling you, I have manifested my husband in my head, my next husband.
Here we go.
Seriously, I want this man to, and I've had him before.
But what happened?
Ooh.
Hold on. You want to know what happened?
No,
Take your drink. Take your drink.
no.
It's getting
She
good.
had him, but what she do?
I chose the bad boy.
She chose the bad boy.
Anyway,
While the good guy
moving
was
on.
sitting.
So at the end of the day, I watch like how somebody can just genuinely care for you and just kind of like, hey, I'm willing to give up all of this just to be with you. Right? I got a house. I'll get a house up. I want to be with you.
Wow.
Because I'm like, I ain't moving there. I don't want to. Don't need to. I got my own. I don't want to move there. I have seen love for what it is. And in my mind, a man is he's going to care about me, and I'm going to care about him. I was selfish in my marriage sometimes. Like, I hated to cook. I'm not the best cooker. I still to this day don't like it.
What?
Your brother told me you can't cook. I'm just saying.
I could care less. Don't eat the food.
You don't remember telling me that?
My kids are.
I'm snitching on you.
My kids are saying.
Everybody knows she ain't.
No, I could cook. I cook a little better now, but at the end of the day, it's like I want to be if my husband's in the kitchen, and I know like in my past marriage, he would be in the kitchen, I would be upstairs asleep. Or he would be in the kitchen.
You could have been in the kitchen,
come down
like
here
learning,
and I want to dance, and I want to be his inspiration. I want to taste his food. I want to, there's so many things that I learned from my healing of the divorce of how different I want to be. So therefore, there is no boredom. I want to participate. Whatever you do, I want to participate. Only thing I ain't participating in is cutting no grass. I'm out. I ain't doing nothing outside.
Yeah. I cut the grass, but it gotta be the riding joint. I ain't about to be out there pushing shit.
But I mean, it's like at the end of the day, it's. I think we have gotten to a place, and you said it before last season, where it's like we are so quick to let go. It's like we out. Dating,
but
yes.
Pause on that real quick though, because you said you got to filter them out. And like how you just said, not the 6 months, not the like they gotta, of course it has to be the consistency. But if you've been showing me all of this all along and then I start to see a slight change, if I just dip, that's not me.
No,
really,
I mean, you still have to communicate it. But if that communication goes on deaf ears, then roll.
Okay.
If you're dating, marriage to me, that's a fight. That's
way different.
I have gone through the filter. We are now married.
Yeah.
We have a commitment between me, you, and God. Therefore, there's a fight that has to happen. I need to fight for you. I'm not just going to walk away. And I think that's what, like, I tell people now, if I get married again, it's no such thing as divorce. Death do us part. Seriously.
You choose.
Kill that man?
You choose.
Well,
You're going out of here one way or another. It's like, no, I'm playing.
But no, at the end of the day, I mean, it is. And I think that we are it's instant gratification. It's like, oh my gosh, she's not, we don't have sex like we used to, so I'm gone. No, figure out why you're not having sex the way you used to. Figure out why y'all not talking the way you used to. Figure out why you're not, y'all aren't doing stuff. Again, my kids are older now. I'm older now. So yeah, taking a trip somewhere is nothing for me.
Yeah.
Get on a plane, let's go.
I think for myself though, like with me having a daughter, and my dad wasn't around like when I was growing up. My mom was married, and my mom has always been very independent. Like even with having a husband, like my mom was the one that was like paying the mortgage, and he was paying like the cable bill. And so I've always seen my mom just be so, which I'm a lot like her. And so now with me having a kid, she always like is consistently reminding me like, I don't want you to be how I was.
Right.
Like. And it's important for me with having a daughter, like, I want my daughter to see, like, real love. Like, even when y'all were just talking about, like, y'all parents and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Those are things that y'all saw, like, growing up and being around them to see, like, how you should treat each other.
But
and
that's
so,
the filter part, though. That's the dating part.
Yeah.
And dating, I tell people all the time, stop holding on to something that ain't right.
Yeah.
If it ain't going the way you want it to go, let it go.
Yeah.
When you decide to marry, you then have to fight for this marriage.
Yeah. But
you
that's
can't
why I had to let go, because I felt like what you say, you manifested your husband.
Yeah.
I ain't really do all of that, but I want my daughter to see how a woman is supposed to be treated and how a woman should treat a man as well.
Right, exactly.
And not just, you're supposed to get this, you're supposed to, I want her to do this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, even too.
Speak on that. What do you mean? What do you mean?
What I'm not understanding.
Not only how a woman should be treated, but how a woman should
treat a man.
Because as independent as I was, I know for a fact that I was very money oriented. Like, if he ain't have it, I would look at him sideways like, bruh, I don't want to give you no more money. Like, I don't want to share my money. I didn't want to go through all of that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, and that may have come off like, selfish. I was putting him, selfish. I was putting him down here. I was up here. I never verbally said it, but I know some of my actions
show that.
If I went and bought a brand new truck and he was going out here trying to buy a used truck because that's all the money he had, that's kind of like, really?
Yeah.
So it's like, I want my kids to see that. I want to be different in a marriage. I don't want to be that
I was gonna
hardcore.
Say, I was gonna say what I like when you gave the example of like how you're not a person that like cooks, right? And in the first marriage, it's like you would be upstairs, whatever. For myself, like I mean, if I wasn't a cooker, then I would do more. If he came to me and was like, "Yo, I feel like you know what I'm saying. You don't cook for real. You don't do." I would take steps, whether that be taking a cooking class that we do together, or I would be more intentional about like being present while he's cooked, so that like teach me.
Right.
So that's like teach me so that I can like learn and understand what you like.
But we had
I think
had
that-
issues, so I wasn't trying to be nowhere near.
And I think like what you said, and you ain't used these words, but I think what I've been sitting here waiting to say, because you gotta let y'all talk. You know what I'm saying? But
He get on my nerves.
I'm just saying. But I think the root of the problem is people don't pay attention.
At all.
That person, whether it's a male or female, whatever it is, they're going to tell you what they need. They might not be able to tell you flat out. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody that they can't really speak on it. They got to send you music. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do it. You know what I'm saying? But
If you
you
want to
pay
fight
attention,
me, just say that.
dang, bro. if you pay attention to it, they'll tell you what they want.
Right.
You just got to pay attention, and you got to like actually. If you don't care, get out.
Yeah.
Don't sit around.
And that's what I tell people all the time. Like, why waste my time? Why did you choose me to waste my time?
But they didn't, because I feel like they didn't choose you to waste your time. They chose you because they had something in mind to do, but they just didn't end up paying attention.
But I feel
Well, I
like
was
my
about to say
last
the
relationship,
flip side of that though is, yes, you can pay attention, but people are also not mind readers either. So you can't like I can't just say, oh, I'm done with him because he should have seen that he was supposed to be doing this, and that.
Yeah, I do that all the time though. So I agree. I appreciate you saying that. That was a woman who said that, by the way.
Hello.
Men are not mind readers. So women, we not mind readers out here, man. She said it. That was a woman who said that.
Oh, you
I
boy.
appreciate Yep. You against your own kind, homie.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like my past relationship recently, I just felt like you knew in the beginning. You knew who I never changed. I was who I was, but it's just like.
But he did the tuxedo thing.
Well, that's true too, and I hate that.
And you fell for it.
I hate it
What's
with
the
a.
tuxedo?
My
thing?
bad. So you're not a fan. So the tuxedo.
I must have hold on. I must have missed that one.
You missed that episode.
Don't do me like that.
So the tuxedo is the guy who shows up and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna open your door. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Oh, love
That's
bombing.
the tuxedo. But then later on, he put on a sweatsuit.
And you don't like it.
Ooh.
Cause he
So-
ain't
I
doing
like
nothing.
that. I like
I don't give you the tux. I give you the sweatsuit from the jump. Who I am is who I am. Like
So
if you
you're
don't-
not willing to change or grow.
No.
No. He's saying who you are.
Oh, okay, like at your core.
You're
Like
not-
what I present you with.
That's
like
who
if I
I
open
am.
your doors, it's because that's actually who I am.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give you. I'm opening your door because I'm just trying to smash, or I'm just no.
Okay.
I open your doors because that's who I am to my core. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like you got. I feel like you need to invest in your filter. If you need to pay a little more money for a better filter, so you can get a better dude, then yeah. But at the same time, you just got. Honestly, I think it all comes down to paying attention. Like people tell you. And it's people that
You're right, because people talk, and once they get to, if you just listen to what people say, they'll tell you without really telling
whatever
you.
I always say.
And they'll tell you with how they even treat other people and people that they claim to like love or be like close to, and it's like you really.
And I've always told you, and I was like, what? I think the problem in society is people don't know how to listen. Mm-hmm. I've always said that, and I told you, you didn't know how to listen.
Yeah, I told you. The guy told me. He was like, you listen to respond. You don't listen to process it.
Right.
You don't listen to hear
Like
it.
people, they hear 3 words and they always ready. Then they're ready to respond instead of actually hearing what I have to say.
And
then-
sometimes hearing it means process. Like, I need to step away. I hear you, but I have to step away to process it.
or ask a question.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I said something to you. You ain't. But hold on. What did you actually? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. But people, I feel like it's in our society today in 2023. It's like that communication it's that instant gratification. Oh, I heard 3 words. I know what you want to say. Now I'm gonna respond. Well, wait a second. There's nothing wrong with hearing my complete thought. and then you drawing up your opinion and then giving me your complete thought. And I feel like we lose that in relationships. And what does that end up doing? That ends up it's miscommunication.
But you know what? And I also, because I am guilty of this. Y'all do it to me all the time. I feel like sometimes I can be very sensitive too from whom it's coming from. So if you say something to me that is like negative toward, I'll give you an example. One day, I was going through the divorce. I was living at home, and I hope Dad isn't upset that I shared this. But I had to go back to the house. Right, I had to live with Mom and Dad for 10 months. I was with y'all.
Yeah, we was there.
Yeah, so depressed, couldn't really get out of bed, all of that stuff.
I apologize for that.
Not you.
No, but I feel like we all shared a hand in that. But go ahead.
Yeah, so depressed, could not figure out my way through it. And I remember me and Dad had gotten to a heated argument, and he was like, "You're not being a good parent right now." Ooh. I knew I wasn't being a good parent, but to hear him say that, because I care about him and how he looks at me and how he feels, and a lot of stuff that I've done in my life, especially now moving past the rebellious stage and really getting my life together, I have done for his approval, like for his, you know what I'm saying? It's also mine, but like for me to go back to school and graduate, that was not just my success, that was Dad's success, that was Mom's success, that was everybody, right? I wanted everybody to be proud of that. All of y'all have it.
Look, I'm over here. I'm gonna just write it down so that can be a different topic later. Because I feel like you was about to say something.
But when Dad said what he said to me, it was who he was that said it that hurt the worst.
But it
was the truth. It was definitely the truth. But I'm sensitive. I'm fragile. Too. So because you said, now anybody else out here, y'all already know, I will rumble with the best of them. I have no problems with that. But when it comes to people that I care about, and for them to come at me.
But this is my question. Why did you feel like he was coming at you?
He
wasn't coming at you.
But she said she's sensitive. She said she's sensitive.
That's fine.
When it comes to those.
That's fine.
But he was coming at. I mean,
he was coming at you because he needed it. There was nowhere
right,
else
but
to
I mean,
go.
we were in a heated conversation, and that came out, and I know that was the truth. Again, so let's just say if my husband were to say something to me that was hurtful,
triggered that. Like,
yeah, like I'm hurt.
Yeah.
So now I need to process it. Okay, I hear you. But in that moment, I'm angry.
Yeah.
Like, babe, you done gained a whole lot of weight, boo. What's happening?
But you probably was just upstairs looking in the mirror, knowing or feeling that way. And now...
Or...
Sometimes things are said in the wrong... Like, in the moment that you can't... It's hard to not be sensitive.
And I say this. Sex is the number one thing. Men are always just like, why we can't switch it up? Why we can't do this? Babe, I'm trying to do this with you. Blah, 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 blah. The woman doesn't take it as, oh, he wants to try something different. It's like, well, what's wrong with what I've been doing? Why you ain't feeling what I'm doing? You want something else? You want somebody? We take it to another level.
I changed my hair for you, baby. What's up?
You know what I'm saying? Like, we take it to another level and we get sensitive with it. So for me... I don't care, and I always used to say that. It's how you say it to me. No, it's not, because I don't care how you say it to me. It's still going to hurt me. But you got to give me a minute to get past that hurt. Just give me a second. Now I know, going through therapy and stuff like that, I need a second to process it. So now I can come back and say, okay, I feel you. What is it that you want? Now, I ain't doing nothing ridiculous, but I got you. Whatever I need to do, that's fine. But then also, if I feel that way, he needs to also be able to process it and come back and change it. But I'm serious, like, because y'all do it to me all the time. Especially our youngest brother. You know, if you fat, you fat. He gonna tell you,
Lord,
you fat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like what I was trying to say is like, yo, because we was all there. All of us was there. Like, it was you. It was your two kids. It was Mom. It was Dad. It was Mo and Christy. No?
Yeah.
And
they
it was
me
me
most of the time.
And my ex.
Right.
All of us was in the same house. All of us was in that same house. Yep. So it was, but what you was going through was it was tough on all of us. Like it was adding
For y'all
weight
to
to
watch
the,
her go.
you know what I'm
through
saying?
that, yeah.
But it was adding stress to that whole environment.
Yeah,
but
'cause, I
we
mean,
knew
we
what
were
it
in
was.
COVID.
We knew what it was, and we had no way to get through to you. So that's probably where that, I don't know. I don't have dates and all that, but that's probably where that conversation came from, because we were talking amongst each other because you weren't participating. Like, I mean, but you was going through it, and I apologize because I was like, I was going through divorce myself while she was living there.
Right.
I knew that was happening. Like, we knew that's where the end,
And
where that road was.
and even like my therapist told me, she was like, you are one to isolate. You are one to
Right.
go
That's me
off,
too.
hibernate,
I do.
go under a rock, fix it so nobody else has to deal with
Yep.
it. In that moment, because I was forced to, and I'm blessed to have a place to go if things didn't work out, but I was forced to be in this environment with all of these people who has never really seen me as low as I was at that moment.
But you needed to be in that environment.
I mean,
You-
now-
No, I'm saying you were like it happened for a reason, because if you probably was separate, they wouldn't have really seen.
But that was
all
the
of
point,
what-
though.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm always so tough and I'm always so strong and I'm always, you know, it's crazy because it's like that's how people see me, and it's like, oh, she got it. Oh, she
Yeah.
good. She don't, you know what I mean? Where I have gone through legit depression. So at the end of the day, it's like, if my husband was to come to me and say something like that, I really have to, now I know I have to process it. Back then, I would have flipped all the way out.
Flip the table.
Like, we going toe for toe.
Yeah.
I am no longer that person. I had to figure out what that was and how to evolve as a woman and not just always be at his throat. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say it's like there's communication. It's a way to communicate with your spouse, and you got to figure that out. You have to figure out what, you know, which way.
I feel like y'all got to figure that out.
No, like Dad was like, when Mom said, I don't want a man that yells at me, Dad was like, he always hears that. He said that in the episodes prior.
Right.
He heard that from her, and he respected it enough that he holds that in his heart.
No, when I say y'all have to figure that out, what I'm saying is that, yeah, he heard that, but it might be something else
That he doesn't hear.
that mom might say that he doesn't hear, and y'all have to figure that out together. So,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be some things that he's going to say to you that he might not say in the right way, or he might not say and you might not get it, and y'all have to go back and forth and figure out what that line of communication looks like.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I mean, because even like the past guy that I was telling you about, and he was like, I'm very loud. Like, I can start yelling because I'm passionate. It's not that I'm yelling at you or I'm mad at you or whatever. But I was mad at him at this point. And he was like, hold up. We don't yell at each other. Like, that's not what we do. So for me, back then, I was offended. Like, don't be telling me what to do. How you gonna tell me I can't yell? I'm a grown woman. Blah 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 blah.
With the neck roll and all.
Now it's humility. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I got it, babe. Because you love me enough, and I have to love you enough and respect you enough to know that that's not the way that you communicate or you want to communicate with me. Just like I don't understand why I have watched people, me being myself as well, I have watched people be married and they call their spouse the B word. And it's like, yo, we married.
Yeah, but sometimes.
Don't do it. I wish you would.
Nah, what I'm saying
Nah.
is you're not a B word,
But you're
You're
acting
acting
you
like
are
a
being.
same thing,
But
but
I
Don't
still
don't
don't
try to
want
like
to hear that
sugarcoat it.
from.
Y'all say that to us, bro. You being a bitch, bro. Like, don't be.
No.
I mean, if you been one, you been one. It's
But
like,
that's what I'm saying.
See what I'm saying? If you been.
But being married, I don't want to call you that.
Yeah.
You don't
Ever.
want to, but
No, I don't even feel like that should even be in my vocabulary to call you that.
come on, Slim. Now you live in a fairy tale world. Like,
No, I'm
that's-
serious. Like, how is it fairy tale? Mom ain't never said that to Dad, and Dad ain't never said it to Mom.
that you know. It's like, no, I'm playing.
Nah, she ain't never said
no,
that.
I'm messing.
But that's
Well, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
y'all ain't been around for everything.
No.
But
don't
I just feel like that's something that I don't have to do, and I don't want to do. I don't want to curse at him. I know, and I curse like a sailor. I don't want to be that.
See, and I might be getting into something else, but I don't like the whole, like, the girl I dated in college, we never fought. Like, we never really fought. And that bothered me. Like I like a little, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I could have.
That's you know, you gotta make up, right? You know, you gotta.
You know what?
But it's like I did stuff on purpose sometimes. I'm like, bro, I gotta get some type of reaction out of her. Like, does she actually love me? Is she actually like with
But
me?
no,
like
I
she ain't
think
gonna.
that's just
I
the
can
way
do whatever
that
I
she-
want and she don't care.
But that's the way that she dealt with things, not
Yeah,
to stress
she's-
her life out.
Yeah.
I ain't like it was stressing me out that she was. I was like, yo, what's happening? Like she don't have nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? Like I would do stuff on purpose. Like I need, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
I mean, yeah, sometimes
No,
you need
what,
that.
what was it? Dang, what I forgot when we saw the couple and they was talking shit to each other. When I can't remember. We were in the parking lot and you was like, sometimes you do gotta like say you gotta let me know. You gotta come at me a little bit sometimes.
I mean,
like,
you could.
Oh yeah, we was outside. Bro, they was drunk though.
No, they was lit. When I say
Buddy
they were
was drunk.
lit,
He was drunk, and old girl was going in,
and
like
she
you know what I'm
kept-
saying.
He kept saying stuff to her. She was like, "Don't say that shit to me again, motherfucker." Don't say
Like
that
she
shit to me
all
again.
types of all types of stuff, and I'm like, yo.
He said, "Sometimes I need to be called a motherfucker."
Every
Sometimes I
once in a
feel
while, like I
what?
understand that. You know, I understand that, like, and I don't mind that. Now, for instance, our brother, on the other hand, he want everything to be smooth sailing. You know what I'm saying? He don't want no problem.
No, but and
I need a little.
and he
You
is
need a-
mom.
So you like the ratchet.
But he,
I like a little ratchet.
You
but
like a
he
little
is
ratchet.
Mo,
Who?
Mo.
Mo is mom.
He does not want. If you yell, if you curse, if you do anything to him that feels like it's just Mo will cut you off with
Yeah.
no problem.
And he got, what do you call him? Dang, I forgot what he said. He got his not morals, but he has his code.
Boundary standards.
I forgot his code though.
But it's like, and I was just telling
Deal
somebody
breaker.
else this the other day, where it's
Look,
like
I'm like,
people are. I know a person who, you know, just goes off of I don't care. I say what I say, and I don't care how you think.
That person needs therapy.
Exactly.
Straight up.
But for me, it's like, and like I tried to explain to this person, is that you can't go in relationships not caring. Like I care enough to my brother. Now I know I could come at you and be like, Angel, man, you blowing me. Like you just like do the most. I can't do that with Mo. I have to go to him and I have to articulate my feelings in a way that does not offend him, because I know if I offend him in any way, he is cutting me off at the throat. Like
But that's the same thing for you though.
what?
Like y'all two, like you might consult me to how you want to talk to Mo. But
That's
Mo,
what I'm saying.
But Mo will do the same thing to talk to you, because he knows that the way that he wants to talk to you,
He can't.
It's not gonna get through. It's gonna become an argument.
And because we care about each other, we make sure that we.
I mean, I honestly just wish y'all figured that shit out, so y'all ain't got to
Oh my
involve me
God.
in
But
all
I'm
the
just
time.
saying. I'm just saying.
I think for myself, I'm a person that, not that I do care, I definitely care. But because I'm like strong-minded, and if I like stand solid on how I feel, not that you can't change my mind, not that I can't be corrected or anything like that, but you have to like come at me with some legit stuff. It can't be you just saying whatever, or we going back and forth, and you feel like because you raised your voice, now I'm a
No.
But
Yeah.
so a lot of times when it comes to like, I've had conversations like with a group of people, and I'm sitting there like, no, absolutely, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And it's like, you're not listening. I heard you. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
And I think
Like-
I think we miss that a lot in society also, that people don't like when people don't go with what
the-
they're-
When you don't agree
Yeah.
with the majority.
Yeah.
Like I
And
got
I'm
to
a
because
fan
because
of
everybody else in the
listening to your
room
opinion.
agreed.
Yeah.
I have to agree. And it's
Nah.
like, no, if
Change
it don't
my
make
opinion.
change
Please change my. I appreciate when people change my
Yeah.
opinion,
Yeah.
but you have to actually change my
it.
opinion.
Thank you.
Like you have to actually do it. And I'll listen to you all day, but you got to actually. And I'm gonna ask all types of questions, whatever. And if you change it, you change it.
Yeah, and I think that's like, I feel like a stimulating conversation with my husband, glass of wine, whatever. Like, we can debate. It's okay to debate. It's okay to say I disagree. It's just, my thing is now I had to find the proper way to do it, because I will get pissed and be like, you know what? F you, F this, F all of that. I don't care. This is what I'm going off of. But that's me not listening. That's me not processing it. So I'm just saying, in turn, you have to be able to communicate, right? And you have to be able to be willing to fight. Before I got divorced, I know we went to counseling for years.
Really?
We went to counseling for years. There were things that he didn't like about me. There were things that I didn't like about him. And we had to come together and say, like, okay, you know, whatever. Now,
I know it didn't work out, but do you feel like the counseling was helpful?
it was
Okay.
for the moment.
Okay.
And then it would go back to crap later on because it would be like, you know, for him, it was like, okay, fine, you're not doing what I want you to do anyway. So it's a, you know, but he used divorce as a
Weapon.
right. And for me, you're not going to keep coming at me saying, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to give you what you want eventually. But now it's like, I want to fight. I want to be there. I want to be able to say, you know, first of all, I want to be able to laugh with my husband. I want to be able to have fun with my husband. I don't want this to be a chore. I don't want marriage to be a chore. I want to be excited to come home.
Yeah.
I watched this, a friend of mine sent this video to me. He was like, Brandy, would you do this to your husband? This man came home, he had worked overtime, and the woman came to the door, and she hugged him for the longest time. For me, it was the longest time. It was probably a couple of seconds. She hugged him, right? Gave him a kiss, told him to go ahead and get in the shower, do what you got to do. Dinner was cooked. Everything was done. She fed, put his plate on the table, made sure he had everything. But she was so into just him. And she was like, this man just worked like 13 hours or something like that. He hadn't been home. I think he was a firefighter or something, whatever. And it was just like, yo, I want to be able to do that. At that moment, I couldn't have done it.
Back then, yeah.
I would not have done all that.
But I feel like that's where a lot of girls, that's why I asked her, like, so you want your daughter to see both sides of that, because I feel like it's a lot of, it's that like, oh, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna go above and beyond for you, but how far are you gonna go for me?
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people are scared. Right, you will, but it's a lot of people who don't even see it, and they're just like, oh, they expect it.
Right.
And I feel like that's where, especially on my end as a man, that we're like, oh, nah, we can't keep doing that because we just getting played for a fool.
Right.
Like, for me, like, I've been through divorce. I've been through, like, my last relationship, like, all that. Like, I feel like, nah, you're not just going to keep playing me. So the next person that I talk to, I'm like, nah, you got to show me.
You got to
You know what I'm
filter
saying?
him out.
Yeah, it's the filter.
Yeah.
So it's just like, with all of that, I feel like everything that everybody's saying right now is like, you just have to have better communication. And not just communication like me talking to you, but that the communication just watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can look at you and we're communicating.
Right.
It's nonverbal though.
Or if you could do it where, and I'm not saying this for anybody else, I've never done it, but a friend of mine told me, she was like, you know where my conversations come from with my husband? She was like, when we are taking a shower or we're in the bathtub together or whatever, and we're just like a romantic night, and we'll talk. And
So
it'll
best
be
time to
like,
talk.
babe, when do you
Sometimes
need?
that can be a little bit tricky, because if you, like how, you were saying you're sensitive, and this could have been like a nice, good little night, but now
you have to know that it's coming from a place of love.
Of love, yeah.
And your husband,
Not
like,
argument,
this is a vulnerable moment for all of us, me and you, and we're just, we just kicking it. Where it's just like, like, babe, I want more of this, or I love when you do this, or whatever. And
I'm gonna tell you as a man, if you want some more, if you know what I'm saying, if you got problems or you going to complain, we work better. Like, you know what I'm saying, babe. You know what I'm saying? A little kiss here, a little kiss there. We wouldn't need a little more than a little kiss here, a little kiss. But just back up and just
exactly. Or therapist told me too. She was like, compliment him.
There you go.
Like,
Therapy
you
guys.
do an amazing job. You are so awesome, baby.
Don't give me the bullshit though. Don't, because we can see through that.
No, I'm talking
But
about.
see, she was coming from a positive place, and now you talking about
Yeah,
don't
it's like
give me the
you do it,
bullshit.
like-
You already like,
No,
you didn't
but
even
what
let
I'm
her get
saying,
it out for
what I'm
real.
saying
You're
is
right.
like, if you
didn't
come
let her
in,
get it out.
and it's
My
like,
bad.
it's like, babe, you do an amazing job. I know you do so much, but I ain't good with the cutting the grass or whatever. Like, you think we could
And that's
splurge
fine. All
on
I'm saying
I
is
was
come
about to say,
correct.
so for myself and like what I've experienced or what I tried to do would be, I did make sure I gave the compliments and things like that. But then it would be like when something's wrong, it's like, oh, well, last week you was just telling me that I was just this great person, da 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 da. Now, and it's like, well, you can be both.
Yeah,
You can,
and I think
you can
as
be
guys,
both,
we
bro.
gotta
I
realize
should be
that.
able to compliment you and tell you when something
Yeah.
isn't right.
And a lot of guys are like, oh no, I was good last week, but this week I'm not good. And they
But
don't
I
like
wouldn't
that.
even do it
Yeah.
in a week. It would be like, hey,
I was-
think you're like
Yeah.
Oh, so in the same
amazing.
conversation.
In the same conversation, like, I know that you do all of this stuff or whatever, and I think you are a great husband or whatever. But babe, I need a little bit of help on this lawn. And I'll even go this far. Can we splurge and just get somebody to cut it for us? 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, nope, I'll do it. I got it. Cause they don't want to spend no money. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's a way. You have to learn your partner, and you have to learn how to communicate with your partner. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
And you have to fight for what it is that you got into in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is not a joke to me. I think dating, yes, I can let go instantly with no problem. I'm out.
If you was married.
You see them red flags, get up out of there. You not going to change nobody. You ain't going to love them through it. They are who they are. When they want to change, they will change on their own, and they will change for you. But you are not going to make them change. And you have to give them space to do that.
You gotta.
Sometimes they'll come back. It might not be this year. It might not be next year. It might be 7 years from now.
Shut up.
And they'll come back, and it is perfect for you and them. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
No, you just killed that bottle.
Chill, bro.
I
But
forgot,
you
I
definitely-
forgot you wasted it on your hoodie.
But you definitely have to be in that mind frame. And I think that people just look at marriage and it's just like, oh, it's something to do, or oh, I get to wear the dress. I know people now who are married just to say that they're married. Like,
Which is
I got
corny.
older and I'm married. Husband cheating on him like crazy. She cheating on, but y'all married.
No.
I don't want to show my kids that.
We're gonna
At all.
talk about that later because I got a lot to say about that because a lot of people. But we do.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it needs to be, to wrap it all up, it just needs
there
to
you
be.
go, Brandy, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
It needs to be you have to learn your partner. You have to be able to communicate. And I think that I disagree with the 60% of, women just doing it because we're bored. We don't do nothing because we're bored. We do stuff because we're fed up and we tried, but yet and still we, it's nothing reciprocated. Now, I ain't going to say that none. There are probably women that are like, oh, I'm bored with this, especially these young girls. I'm bored. We ain't jet setting like everybody else. It ain't going to work.
I mean,
But I think that
I can't date everybody. I'll be jet setting out here.
no, but you just have to. Yeah, I mean, it just has to be there has to be boundaries. There has to be. These are my boundaries. This is, and you have to respect it.
And you have to communicate that.
Exactly.
Your
That's what I'm
boundaries have to
saying.
be
You have to.
communicated,
You have
yes.
to communicate those boundaries to your partner,
Right.
and your partner has to love you enough to respect those boundaries
Right.
and moving forward.
Yes, I agree.
So
So wrap it up.
wrapped.
She already.
I like it.
I was about to say
Rap.
she already did that.
Rap. Hey, like,
Sure.
subscribe, and send it to your friends out here, man.
Yes, please, please, and we thank you all for your support.
Season 2, we in here already. Next episode coming soon. I'll let y'all later. Peace.
Bye, guys.